Hello and welcome to Stampin' Up by Hannah. Thank you for joining me today. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, and I'm so pleased that you've chosen to join me for this Make It Monday video. This week I'm showing how to make these magnetic closure notebooks, and I make a notebook cover for every person that ever joins my team. And we've got a new catalogue coming out shortly, so I thought I'd better time to make some new notebooks. And this one in particular uses the Eastern Palace suite of the papers and the stamps and the dies, but the one I'm going to use today is so eclectic, which I am in love with. So, shall we get started? These are jotter size notebooks, and I don't know if they're available in other countries, but they're 7 centimetres wide by 21 centimetres tall, which is handy because 21 centimetres is the width of our A4 cardstock. So, the piece of cardstock you will need is 21 centimetres by 18.5 centimetres, and then I've got two pieces of the same designer series paper, and all the measurements will be on the blog post, and the link for that is in the down bar below. So let's grab my stamping trimmer and do some scoring. There are two blades on your stamping trimmer, a dark grey blade for cutting, which we're going to put away, and the light grey blade, which I use for scoring. So we're going to score on the short side at 7 centimetres, 7.5 centimetres, 14.5 centimetres, and 15. And like I said, don't bother to write anything down because it will all be over on the coordinating blog post. Link, as always, is in the down bar below, and links directly to this exact blog post. Doesn't link just to my blog, links to this post. So you can, it's super easy to find what you are looking for. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky because they're so tiny that the margin is so little, it can be quite difficult to get that score line. So, and it has a habit of looking a little bit untidy just for a moment while you straighten everything out, and then it goes back to being absolutely fine again. So I'm just going to score, bend the other way. There we go. And that is the basis of our cover. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab my designer series paper. This is from Naturally Eclectic and it's beautiful. I'm going to grab my fast fuse, and the reason I'm using fast fuse is because I don't want my team member to get the notebook home and then the cover to fall off. So before I stick that on, I have also got some neodymium magnets, and I just got these off eBay, and we're going to need two to do our magnetic closure. Now these are really strong magnets. They will stay, you can see, stick together and they don't want to come apart. So it can take a little moment just to get them apart. Once you've done it, keep them apart, and then we're going to take a glue dot and we're going to glue dot it just about in the centre of the thicker piece of cardstock, and at this point I'm going to pop my notebook in because it then makes things a little bit easier. So Tombow glue on the back all over, just like so, and then you can see that that wraps nicely around our notebook like so. Now this the wider piece is the inside and the narrow piece is the outside, so we've stuck that one on there with a glue dot, and I'm then gonna pop my piece of designer series paper over the top. Now I will admit at this point these magnets that I have bought are not the thinnest magnets you can find. These are 2mm magnets, and I know you can get 1mm ones, which might be slightly better for this because you're going to get less of that kind of bulge. But I don't mind that, that's absolutely fine. So I'm going to pop a glue dot onto, I'm going to stick that magnet on top of the other one, and then grab a glue dot and stick it to the magnet, and then I'm going to put the cardstock over. Now at this point you may find that so that magnet will now marry up with that one. However, they're quite close inwards, so you may decide to move your magnets further to the outside. I'm going to leave mine for the time being. I also want to cover that magnet up just because it's not very pretty, and I found that the circle punch, that I don't have a circle punch that's small enough for that, but I do have this kind of flowery shape in the is it Blossom Builder? I don't think it is, can't remember what the name of it is. So I'm just going to punch out a piece of Berry Burst cardstock that coordinates. I'm going to pop that onto there as well. Now the other thing I have done with this one is, once I have got that stuck, I have then taken I've put some Tombow on underneath that magnet just to make sure it stays stuck, because I did find it did come off after a little bit of time. And I will do the same with this one, but not right at this particular second. So I'm just going to add that piece of designer series paper onto the other side, and we have our pretty cover. Now I've just got the Oh So Eclectic stamp set and the Eclectic Layers Thinlet bundle, and as always there's a bundle of products. If you buy the stamps and the dies together you save 10%. And I've got the Oh Hello Friend stamp and my Berry Burst ink pad. And I don't know if this is going to fit because I want to put it into the 1-inch circle punch. So let's have a little look. Oh, it does, just gorgeous. There we go. Then I have taken quite possibly the smallest die I could possibly find, which is this leaf die from the Eclectic Layers Thinlets, and I've die cut it 3 times from Emerald Envy cardstock. So I'm going to pop a couple of dimensionals on the back of my sentiment, and the reason I'm going to use a couple is because I want to stick my leaves into the dimensional. So I'll do 2 on one and 1 on the other, and I'm going to pop that straight down onto there, and that is my magnetic notebook, my magnetic closure notebook. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Don't forget, anything you've seen in this video can be purchased over on my online store, link as always in the down bar below, or you can find it on my blog stampinbyhannah.co.uk. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.